Alright, so I'm going to show you how I made my squares for my project for digital media. Go ahead and make a loop with your hook. You're just making like a slip knot, but you're using the hook to do it instead. And I'm using an eye hook, but you can really use any size. It's just going to make your square bigger and the stitches looser. So we're going to go ahead and chain 16 times. 1, 2, and just continue on. Okay, so that's 16. I have one extra because I'm going to go ahead and turn around right now, and you're not going to loop into this loop. You're going to skip one, so you're going to go into this one. So I'm going to go ahead and go in there, and now I'm going to do some double crochets. This is just a little thicker of a stitch, and you're building onto your base stitch. So I'm going to do that all the way across. So should probably give you a little background on how I learned how to crochet. Growing up, my grandmother actually crocheted my sisters and I Barbie clothes, and she just recently passed away, so it's funny that I got into this hobby. But basically when I moved to school here in San Jose, a close friend from home, basically one of the only people I knew who lived up here, she had learned from a friend how to crochet, and so I was really excited to make things that I could actually wear, headbands for winter and scarves, things like that. So she actually taught me how to crochet, and we actually got a little business started. I'll go ahead and put my Etsy link on here so you guys can check it out, see the progress that I've made. But just for this project, I'm just doing a simple square. I have already made some and put them into Photoshop, and I'm going to make a collage using the yarn squares. And these stitches are really easy to rip out if you make a mistake. You can just take your hook out and just pull through until the part where you want to get back in. So you just go like that, yeah. And it's pretty frustrating at first. I wasn't used to using my fingers this way, so my hands would be pretty stiff. And then you just kind of get the hang of it. I was actually really bad at the beginning, so it's all about just practicing. And it's pretty funny. Crocheting has become kind of popular. Now you see the crochet bikinis and crochet shorts. Actually really time consuming to make, so the mass produced versions I think are probably a little easier. So then now we're at the end of the row. We have 15 double stitches, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn it. So we're going to chain up to, this is going to help make our square. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn my string around. And this is actually a pretty cool stitch that I recently learned. You're going to go, there's kind of a braid here. And what you're going to want to do, usually you go through the hole and you go through 2 of the braids. But we're only going to go through, in this case, the back one. I don't know, it's probably kind of hard to see. So we're skipping the first hole right here. We're going in the back one. And we're going to just do the same double stitch. And you can kind of start to tell that it's making like almost a little ripple in the pattern. kind of hard to see, especially with my distracting nail polish. you can get the gist of it. So you kind of already start to see that little rib. And if you turn it around, it's going the opposite way. So I just continue this process. When you get to the end of the row, you just stitch up 2 again and turn it, and then just do the same exact thing, and it's gonna, since you flipped it, the ribbing is gonna be on the opposite side, so it's gonna make almost like a pleating. Let's see. So just continue all the way to the end. There's about 5 more stitches there, and then chain the 2 and then flip it again. So you're gonna end up with like this. This is the square that I did, and you can see the ribbing, and then on the opposite side it's going the other way. So it's a pretty cool technique, and it makes that kind of quilted blanket look. So I put them in Photoshop and edited them and pasted them together, and keep looking at my page to see the final result.